Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hello, this is Mike with TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your purchase of your Shadow Cruiser 282 BHS bunkhouse travel trailer. I'm going to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things, get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. A couple things to take into consideration. On your campsite, there'll be plenty of room for that awning to come out, and of course your slide. On your off campsite, not just your slide, but I also want you to think about where your power and water connections are going to be. Your power is going to plug in behind your tires on your off campsite or your driver's side of your tow vehicle, and your water connection will be right next to it. So park accordingly so you can utilize the facilities at the campsite. Once you arrive and unhook your hitch, first thing we're going to do is level our unit. And you have a hand crank level here. Right will bring it up, left will bring it down. Once we got our unit level, next thing we're going to do is stabilize it. All four corners of the unit have these stabilizing jacks. 3/4 inch hand crank here. Get that on there and crank these down. Now I am going to recommend stabilizing jack pads. Jack pads are going to protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks from dirt and debris and hot blacktop in the summer. Run these down just until they're taut. Remember, we've already got our unit level. All we're trying to do now is stabilize it. So once we got all four of those down, got our unit level and stable, we can hook up our power and water. Your big long 30 amp cord here plugs into the side of the unit. If you ever need to plug into a 110, we do have a 30 to 15 amperage reducer, so you can plug your 30 amp end in there and plug that into a 110. All right, you got our power hooked up. Let's hook up our water. At the campsites, we are going to hook up to city water connection. First and foremost, your water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting the lines in your unit. Don't know what the water pressure is at different campsites, so use this when you put water in. Hook that up, hook up your hose, but don't turn your hose on yet. Let's find your hot water heater. Yours is over here on your campsite. Just behind your slide over here. And all we're doing at this point, folks, is making sure our drain plug's back in. This will lift right up off here. You may have left it out last time you were out camping. Go ahead and make sure that's plugged back in. Once that is plugged, you can go ahead and turn on your hose. After your hose has been on for a little while, go inside, open up your slides if you need to. What I need you to do is get inside and open up all of your water taps. Once you got a nice steady flow of water going through those, no air, go ahead and shut them off. Then you'll know that your hot water heater is full and you can turn it on from indoors. There is an on-off electric element down here. The only time you ever want to turn this on down here is if you're hooked up to 110. Otherwise, just turn it on from indoors, leave this set to off. If your hot water heater doesn't seem to be working, check to see if these are bubbled out. If they are, just simply press them back in, or a reset valve. And then this is your pressure release valve. Now let's say we're gonna go camping and we're not going to use city water. We're going to go dry camping, or boondocking as we like to call it. In that case, we're simply going to fill up our potable water. On the front off camp side, in here, no need for a water pressure regulator. Simply use a hose. Two ways to tell when this is full. One, there's an overflow valve right there, or two, on the inside where you check the levels of your battery and black and gray tanks, there's also a fresh water. Once that is full, and do not leave this unattended while you're filling it. Once it is full, remove your hose, put that back down, and then whenever you want to utilize that water, you'll turn on your water pump. Don't turn on your water pump when using city water, that's already pressurized. Alright, we are all set with power and water. Ready to camp. I'm going to go ahead and walk you around the rest of the outside of the unit. Over here we have it on the off camp side, big pass-through storage area. Again, your potable water. Underneath there is going to be your potable water drain. Freshwater drain right there. Continue down on your off camp side. We'll come back to your docking station back here. Again, where we have power, a spray port where you can hook up a hose, city water connection, black tank flush. We'll talk about that when we dump our black and gray tanks, and an extra bathroom tank over there. Spare tire with a cover. Here's where we'll plug our cable and satellite in. This is a flue for your furnace. A couple things on that. One, if you're running your furnace, make sure it's never blocked, and two, if you are running it, it does get hot. So over in your campsite, got a nice outdoor kitchen area. This will lift up to bring out your grill. Quick connect LP for that right there. 110 here as well. We'll pull this out. Here's your quick connect hose. Once this is out, clamp that in there. That'll hold that open for you. There's all your grill. Make sure you clamp it back in for travel. Make sure your items are bouncing around. These snap up like this. Make sure you lock this for travel. Again, your hot water heater. A couple of 110s out here. This is all access to the back of your fridge, and that is a vent for your microwave. The other side of your pass-through storage, your propane does come with a cover and a regulator. So it'll be lefty-loosey to open. Point this toward the tank you wish to be using. Battery posts, check them every now and then. Make sure those haven't wiggled loose going down the road. And that about covers everything out here. Let's go take a look on the inside. Alright, coming up inside the unit, first thing I like to point out is your fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and everyone that's camping with you knows that the fire extinguisher is located at the entry doorway in case of an emergency. Alright, it's coming right in here. Immediately to your right to your TV and sound system. I'm going to reach inside this right hand drawer and show your docking station here. Control panel. Starting here on the bottom, here's where you check your brand new battery, your black and gray tanks. Second one here is your fresh button. That's when I said you can hold down to tell when your potable water is full. Here is where you turn on your water pump. Here's where you turn on your water heater if hooked to gas. Slide controls, lots of lighting, porch light, your awning extend. I'll run that out for you here real quick. See that running from here? If I can get up here and show you that. There's your awning. Run that back in. Just simply hit retract. It's going to be an access panel. This is some wiring down below that. Run your awning back in here. Alright, to your left there will be your controls for your sound system and your TV. Want to mention on your sound system. 3 different zones on his. So they're all off. That'll be outdoors. A will be outdoors. B indoors, and C must be back in the back area. AM, FM, Bluetooth. Nice system. AM, FM. I did not see the Bluetooth on this. Sorry about that. Come back into your bedroom. Couple of 110s here. You do have a hand crank open. Power exhaust there. Make sure your doors are snapped open for travel. Very important. You don't want them bouncing all around. Sofa will jackknife down into a bed. Same thing down over here. Remove this tabletop. Remove those legs. Put your tabletop down in this lip here. Put your back cushions on top. Gives you another sleeping quarters. Come back to your bunk area. On the side of your bunk is your 12-volt carbon monoxide propane detector. Reason I mentioned that's 12 volt, that's always running off your battery. So if you are out dry camping, boondocking, nothing plugged in charging your battery, disconnect one of your battery posts, positive, if you're going to be gone for the day, to keep this from running your battery down. On the wall, here's your thermostat. We will go to AC here. I don't know, it's pretty chilly in here this morning. Turn this as low as I can to get this crank up. I think it's too cold for the AC to kick on. So we'll go straight to furnace. That will kick on. Yeah, you hear it? Now, what I wanted to show you, the biggest difference is if you shut the furnace off, it takes a few minutes for the furnace fan to cycle through, whereas the AC's shut off rather quickly. Over here is your pantry. Fridge, we'll turn that on here. Here's your modes. You can go from gas to AC to DC to auto. If you go to auto means when you're plugged in, you'll run off electricity. As soon as you unplug, you'll go to gas. Self-explanatory microwave, light, and fan. These do go to light. You will have to hand light those. Same thing with your oven. Oven has a pilot light. No automatic spark on these. You will use a stick lighter. We'll go back into the bathroom here. Just want to mention in here, you have another hand crank open here. Power exhaust. And some plumbing to maintain. Just keep an eye on it. Access panel there. Keep an eye underneath your sink here and make sure nothing's wiggled loose over time. That about covers everything on the inside. Let's act like we're getting ready to close the unit up and leave the campsite. I like to begin by coming to my control panel and shutting off all of my lights. Shut my door here so I can see a little better. Because then you can walk around the unit, and even if the master lights are off, if I have left one of these on, you want to make sure you go through and shut them off. One last thing to point out before closing up. In our bedroom, right hand side or campsite, it's going to be your access panel to your breaker box and fuses. Highly recommend having some 15s and 20s with you when you go camping. Now that we've got everything buckled down, I'm going to say doors and drawers. Make sure all doors and drawers are closed, especially on this kitchen slide, anywhere that's going to impede by the slide. Come to our control panel. Slide in. It's going to bring in our living room slide. Runs in rather quickly. Again, see the importance of having this door closed. These slides utilize about every inch they can. I wanted you to hear that noise. That noise is the slide mechanism telling itself, don't come in any further. It's okay to hear for a couple seconds. You're not harming your slide by hearing a grinding sound. It's actually not grinding, it's just an override. So now the one on our right is going to be our kitchen slide here. Spring check, louder. Again, the importance of having all these doors and drawers closed between the island and your kitchen. Alright, that one's all the way in. Again, making sure all our lights are off. Exit the unit. Now before you leave the dump station, make sure you lock, deadbolt, and lift and turn this handle for travel. Bring your steps up. If we are out boondocking, over there underneath your fresh water, we're going to pull that freshwater drain. Everything else, we are going to unhook our power, our water, and our cable. We're going to bring up all of our stabilizing jacks. We're going to hook up our hitch, and we're going to head on up to the dump station. Now at the dump station, park accordingly. Your dump is going to be all the way at the rear of the unit on your off-camp side. A 10-foot hose comes with your convenience pack. Once we arrive, take that hose, hook it up, and pull that left handle. Left handle is going to be your thicker one. That's going to be your sewage. Now once it sounds like that's no longer draining, keep that handle open, go inside, press your black tank, make sure it is empty. If it is empty, come back around here, leave that handle open, grab the hose at the dump station, hook it up right here to your sewer tank flush. Again, emphasizing leaving that handle open. Turn that hose on for a good 5 minutes and wash all that nastiness out of your black tank. Once that's done, remove your hose. Make sure all the washout you just put in there is drained. Close your black handle, pull this little gray handle. That's gonna be cleaner water, your sinks and your sours. That'll clean your sewage hose out a little bit for you. Close that up. Bring that sewage hose down here. Hook it up down here to your other gray tank. Once that one's done draining, take that sewage hose and conveniently store it right here in your bumper. Again, thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this Shadow Cruiser for many years to come. Happy camping.